Hello everyone, this is Diesel D199 speaking. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you my entire Trackmaster, Tomy and Plarail collection. And so to begin with, we're going to start by looking at the standard gauge engines, starting with everybody's favorite #1 engine, Thomas. Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Duck, Donald, Douglas, Oliver, Bill, Ben, Diesel, Boko, Mavis, and Stepney, Ari, Bert, Diesel 10, Splatter, Dodge, Lady, and Salty, Harvey, Emily, Arthur, Murdoch, Spencer, Molly, Neville, Dennis, Rosie, Whiff, Billy, Stanley, Hank, Flora, Hero, Charlie, Dash, Ferdinand, Scruff, Bell, Flynn, Den, Dart, Stafford, Connor, Caitlin, Stephen, Porter, Marion, Gator, Ryan, and Skiff. And that does it for all of the standard gauge engines. Now we're going to move on to the narrow gauge engines, starting with Skarloey, Rheneas, Sir Handel, Peter Sam, Duncan, Rusty, Fearless Freddy, Mighty Mac, Duke, and last but not least, Victor. Now let's take a break from the railway and look at some non-rail vehicles, starting with Bertie, Horrid Lorry 1, Elizabeth, Ned, Green Bulgy, and Madge. Then we've got 2 Bulstrodes, we've got a Captain, 2 Tomy Crankies, and 1 huge remote controlled and everything. Then we've got a non-motorized Caroline. 2 whatever it's called, appropriate for the time this video is being released, versions of one of them. We've got Scruffy. This is his original form. This is after he was rebuilt. And we've got Hector. Then we have a huge number of grey troublesome trucks with faces. and a whole bunch of different colored troublesome trucks with faces. We've got black, we've got this dark yellow color that is the same color as Diesel 10, red and green and brown and blue. And then we've got a whole bunch of troublesome trucks that don't have faces, so I guess they're just trucks, they're not particularly troublesome. We've got some gray ones, green, and two different shades of green. We've got a dark yellow, and then we've got the Sodor Milk Co. truck. And then this truck is a little bit different. This is a newer Trackmaster truck that actually has planks in the bottom. And this is a Trackmaster Revolutions truck. Next up, we've got some slate trucks with various different colors. And then we've got these little log trucks. And then we have this loader truck that can tip over and deposit whatever's inside it. Next up, we've got a whole bunch of gray vans that all have a face, and it's all the same face, you can see it there. Then we've got two vans without faces, one red, the other blue. The blue one is Stafford's van. I think the idea is it holds a spare battery or something, I don't know. Then we've got some salt vans. And then we have two other salt vans, but the green one is from the first line of Trackmaster. And then we've got this one, which is Trackmaster Revolutions. Next, we've got some brake vans. We've got two Toads. The second one I got by accident when ordering off eBay. The seller sent me the wrong one. Fortunately, I got a refund and therefore a free Toad. Then we've got two standard brake vans. This is a Trackmaster brake van. And then we've got three different colors for this smaller brake van at the back. I assume it's a Japanese basis for this brake van that was just ported from Plarail. We've got an animal truck van. We've got some mail trucks here that don't look anything like the mail trucks in the TV show. We have a motorized works coach, which came with Harvey. And then we've got this utility van here for Mr. Jolly's Chocolate Factory. And this is a Trackmaster product. And then we have this here, which is a mail truck that came with Percy, a black tanker, hot cocoa tanker, a white tanker that has a face, two Sodor fuel tankers, and then two more, a few other bits and pieces. Then we've got the Chinese Dragon here, the green one that have some gear on them, a couple of conflats and a well wagon, and a present truck. How nice. And once again, very appropriate for this time of year. Next, we're going to look at some express coaches. So I have 4 green express coaches. Next, we've got 4 Clarabelles and 3 Annies. And you'll find out why there's only 3 Annies here in a moment. We've got a Henrietta, and we've got the Flora tram car. Next, we've got the back 6 are all narrow gauge coaches and then coach. And lastly, we've got 3 of these all of the duplicate characters that I have. So if we start off, this is the Percy that came with the talking mail truck. Then here is quite chubby. Then we've got 1 Thomas, 2 Thomases, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 Thomases. And so these are, the kind that you would get with individual sets. We've also got a Thomas with a shocked expression, which is from the jet engine pack. You've also noticed that he has red stripes and the others don't. And this Thomas here came with, you can see he actually has white paint in his eyes, unlike the rest of them. And he came with the Chinese Dragon. and this face off these two Thomases and interchange them when I was filming. Then we've got all of these original liveried Tomy engines. So there's 2 Percys, a James, a Gordon, a Henry, and then 2 Edwards. If you don't know, what happened was when these were originally designed, they had this less detailed paintwork. And then in Japan, they redesigned them a few years after these were first released. And I ended up purchasing them for the use in my series. And the reason why I have 2 of the original Percys and 2 of the original Edwards is because when I was buying the redesigned versions, the eBay seller accidentally sent me the wrong ones. Fortunately, he didn't ask me to return the wrong ones, he just sent me the right ones, and so I decided to open them up anyway and get some extra rolling stock. And now we're going to look at, these are Trackmaster engines that I have PlayRail equivalents for. So at the back we've got Stephen, and then we've got Stanley, and then Flynn, and a Trackmaster Revolutions Ryan. And then to finish off, here is my giant Tomy Thomas that also doubles as track and engine storage and also a tunnel. And I also have this Japanese engine here, which I bought recently. I was curious to see what these engines actually looked like. And a really cool feature of it is that it's actually got an on, off, and high mode. So you can actually, you've got 2 speeds, which you don't have on any of the Thomas engines, which I thought was pretty cool. So that is it. That's my entire collection. And as you will have noticed, you've also seen the entirety of my straight track, because I actually ran out at the end there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a like, and let me know in the comments which of these toys is your favorite. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other content. Thank you for watching, everyone. This is Diesel D199 signing off.